Oh, lay it on the line, talk through our problems. Let's try resolving them. Should we even try? Meet me halfway, and I'll give you time. Lay it on the line, show me your heart, and I'll show you mine. If we want this, if we need this, then let's lay it on the line. Settle down, let's try to talk it out. Let's figure out.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Lay It Online. It's your girl Jamila, and today I have a special guest. Her name is Miss Monie NoLovve.
Hey.
Now let me tell you guys how I came across Miss Monie NoLovve. You know how I'm always trolling on Instagram, TikTok, social media, period. And I came across her Instagram page, and she was doing this virtual dating.
Yeah.
And I thought it was super cool, and I wanted to get her here to lay it all on the line and tell us how that experience was. So, Miss Monae, tell me about the virtual dating show that you had on Instagram. How did you come about doing that?
Okay, well, first, Jamila, Lay It on the Line family, thank y'all for having me here. It's an honor to be here. As far as the virtual dating, it started during COVID. Everybody know Houston was on lockdown, and we didn't have nothing to do. So I started having these Taco Tuesdays where people come over, have drinks. And one day my friend came over, we was having cocktails. I was like, let's go live. Let's
Okay.
take some callers rather and see if they could take me on a virtual date. So that's how I kicked off.
Because we was on lockdown and you couldn't go on a real date. Okay, but what I noticed on the show, you were telling them to tell you, if we were to go on a date, this is what we're gonna do. Out of all the men that came on there, did anybody give you an ideal date or a date that you would say, when we get off of lockdown, I want to go and live that date?
Absolutely. So there was several men that gave like good dating ideas, but I feel like some of them were, like dates I've already been on. So nobody really just wowed me. It didn't last long, but eventually I picked it back up, and that was it.
So tell me about the weirdest dating experience that somebody wanted to give you on your virtual dating.
Weirdest, let me think. I really, like I said, all of them were something that I probably had already done, but weird probably wouldn't be weird. Like helicopter ride, that's really not weird, or private jet, but those were kind of like the outrageous.
So the people
dates.
that were saying that they would take you on a private jet or a helicopter, did you ask them like their occupation?
I didn't. I didn't. I mean, I don't know if some of them were trolling, but I think one guy, he looked like he had some money, and that would be something that he could do.
Okay.
But
So did you keep in contact with anybody?
Let me see. I actually did keep in contact with one person, and I actually met him in person.
Okay.
But
Did he have the date that he described?
No. No, we didn't even go on a date. I actually went over and cooked breakfast for him, and we just kind of chilled or whatever. But like 2 days later, I blocked him. Yeah, so it really didn't work.
Okay. I don't know if I even want to ask what a guy can do to get blocked after 2 days. But
at this point, they don't have to do much. It's strict over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's strict. Okay, we got some standards and some boundaries. Okay. So during the pandemic, you were single, or did you get single during the pandemic?
During the pandemic, I wasn't single, but towards the end, I ended up single. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was half and half.
Okay. And that's when you started the virtual dating.
Right.
So what has it been like being single in Houston?
Ooh, I
heard the dating pool was full of
piss.
Yes.
Yeah, piss, pool, outlet. So I've been single, I think roughly like 3 years, and I'm gonna be honest. The first year, it was pretty rough.
What made it so rough?
I think the way that my relationship ended.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
So the first year was really hard for me because I was dealing with so many emotions, and just going through trying to figure out how I was gonna be, because I'm not in this relationship. I didn't invested so much time, and you know how that is. But after that, I would say the second year I got better, but I did go through this phase where I wanted to kind of feel like I wanted to get my leak back, but I learned real quick that trying to get your leak back, it don't really help the situation.
Yeah.
You know, so the final year, the third year, is where I started like getting to know myself and love myself all over again, and that's pretty much where the no love came from.
I was just about to say, so tell me, is that how we came up with the no love?
Yeah.
Give me details, because no love, like you don't want no love, you don't have no love to give.
Right. So I would say it was Monie NoLovve, because I ain't got no love for these niggas. That's pretty much how my mentality was, after, because I'm like, okay, I've been in these long-term relationships and nothing has come from it. So I'm at the point now where I don't want to give nobody my heart, I'm a loving person, I'm a loving mom, I'm a loving friend, but as far as these men go, it's like I ain't got no love for y'all.
So is that feeling you still have, or that's what you was feeling in the third year?
Okay, so it was very, very strong that second year, and then it kind of spilled over into the third year. But I made a goal for this year, that I wanted to kind of like open my heart up and allow someone to love me, because back then it was like, guards was up.
Okay.
And yeah.
So are we looking for love now? I mean, we might not be looking for it, but are we open to it if it come fall in our lap?
So yes, I would say I'm open to it, but I'm being very, very careful, because I just experienced something where I let my guards down. This was right before the new year. I met somebody and I let my guards down, and I'm like kicking myself in the butt, because it blew up in my face. This person made me feel like he really liked me. He even told me he loved me, and we hadn't even been talking that long. But I mean, maybe more so like love me as a friend. But the type of person I am, when you say you love me, like you gotta mean it.
Yeah, like we too old to be playing with that word anyway.
Yeah.
So tell me this: what are your deal breakers in a relationship, or even when you're dating somebody?
So I have my top two, and you might find this kind of crazy, but cigarettes, like tobacco, Black and Milds. You can smoke your weed, but cigarettes, I just can't do it. And I have been in a relationship with somebody who smoked cigarettes. I have dated somebody, but it's like I settled, and I feel like I'm at a point now. If I don't want to deal with that, I shouldn't settle for that. So that's number one.
Okay.
Number two would be liars. I can't stand nobody to lie to me. Like, you don't have to lie to me. I'm a very open-minded woman, very understanding, very logical. Like, it's no reason for you to lie to me. So when you do lie to me, and I mean, I'm just gonna be blunt, like you dead to me, because there's no reason for you to lie to me.
That's gonna get you blocked.
Blocked, very much so.
I can't stand a liar neither, so I feel you, because like if you're gonna lie to me, that means I can't trust you.
Right.
And if I can't trust you, then
what are we doing?
We're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust you.
Right.
I don't want to be around you.
At all.
Okay. So what's the age group the age range that you're interested in dating?
So I'm 40, and I would say 33 to 46.
33 to 46.
46, yeah.
Okay, that's a good age range.
33, 35.
All right. So I have a whole lot more questions that I want to ask you, but before I get into like too personal, I want to ask you, because like I said, I'm always strolling on social media, and there's a video trending of a young lady, and she was basically saying that some guy she was talking to, he gave her like $30 for lunch, and she was feeling some kind of way, and she sent the money back. Then there's another lady, I think she said a guy sent her $100 for lunch, and she was like, what he think this is? You only gonna give me $100? I spend more than this on myself, blah blah blah.
Right.
And the last girl, she is going to a basketball game with a guy. I don't know if you saw that one.
I haven't saw that one.
Okay, so let me explain that one.
Okay.
She's going to a basketball game with a guy. She gets there, she's upset because they're sitting in the nosebleed seats. So she was like, how dare he put me in a nosebleed, look at me or whatever.
Right.
So she was like, I'm gonna go sit somewhere else. Now she leaves her date to go sit somewhere else.
Okay.
Still look like she's in a nosebleed, but she was on her phone recording the whole time. I'm leaving him. I'm not finna sit over here in a nosebleed. I'm gonna go sit by myself. Then she was like, I'm finna go get something to eat. She recording the whole thing.
Okay.
But her whole thing was she was too good to go on a date with a guy to a basketball game that had her in a nosebleed seats. So do you feel like if a guy offers to buy you lunch or
Okay.
ask you out on a date, that a guy should know, like, this is beneath me, or $30 is not enough, $100 is not enough for you to put on my lunch? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, it's a little tricky.
Okay.
Simply because number one, I love food. I love to eat. I'm really not a fast food person, so when I do go to lunch or when I do go to dinner, I'm not spending maybe no less than $50. Okay, so if a man is offering to send me money, I'm gonna be grateful for it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you know what? You clearly you've been around me. I'm almost certain we didn't probably went out to eat or you hear me talk about food.
Right.
So you should kind of get an idea of what's a reasonable amount. Now I have had somebody send me $25 and the cash I've read for food and gas. Now I was
You was on the full tank of gas already?
no, I wasn't. But at the same time, it's like, thank you. And that's all I said. I ain't clowning my body, but you clearly not the man for me, sending me $25 for the food and gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the girls in the video, they're wrong for clowning him, but they are okay if they possibly eat that much and eat,
I mean, in the video, they're not, I would say they're clowning that person because, I don't know if they revealed who the person was. So, it's social media, so everything is for clicks and likes or whatever. But the fact that they didn't expose that person, I think it was cool for them to express how they felt.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with me, I know I could take myself on a date and I can spend however much money I want to spend. So I'm going to expect that same energy from a man because I can do that for myself.
Right.
So.
And I think that's why when people start to go on dates, they need to talk to each other before they actually go out. Because had this guy talked to the girl, just by the way she was talking in the video, it wouldn't take a long time to figure out, like, she's probably going to want more than $30 for her lunch. But so many people are just like so quick to run into the relationship or run into, let me see you. Why don't you come over to my house? Da, 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 da.
Right.
You need to get to know that person before you go out and be around them.
I agree. And I think that's something that over the years that I've learned to slow down, get to know people, and not move so fast. And those are mistakes that I made in the past, and it cost me maybe some years.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but it happens all the time. And as long as you still want love, you just dust yourself off and start
again.
Exactly, start again.
Right.
Okay.
But with that, I guess the last thing I could say is, if a woman can, I'm gonna be honest, I've sat courtside because I've been took myself on dates by myself, treated myself to nice dinners. So if a woman can do that for herself, there's nothing wrong with her feeling away when a man can't do it for her, like,
right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think was the case for this for this little girl.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay,
that was totally not the case.
Different.
And like you say, that they doing things for likes and giggles or whatever. I really don't think a lot of these women are that, superficial to make videos like that. I think that they're just doing it because they know that they're going to go viral or whatever. The only thing that I didn't like about it is they seemed ungrateful.
Yeah, you don't want to seem ungrateful.
She seemed very much ungrateful, and most of the people that was commenting, they was like, that's just $35 more added to what you gonna put with your meal, like. Well, one girl, she sent the money back, and she was like, no, this not enough. But the other girl was like, I can't believe he sent me $100. And I'm like, first of all, you look like you doing this just for likes.
Right.
But second of all, like, this dude sent you $100 for lunch. Like, really, what are you eating on a lunch menu that you need $100?
Now, it depends, because if you're going out to lunch, just think about it. If you're going to lunch, you might have a couple of cocktails.
Not if you have a job and you at work and you're on a lunch break. I mean, like, it's lunch. So if you're taking a lunch, that means your ass at work.
Okay. Well, it depends. If you're an entrepreneur,
I guess
at
some
a bar
people
with your homegirls or something. It just depends on the situation. We probably don't know what the story was.
I don't know. She looked like she was lying. She looked look like she was lying.
Okay.
But I agree. Like if you could do something for yourself, you're gonna want that man to be able to do the same, if not more, for you.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of times people make mistakes because they do settle. Like just like a man can say, well, I don't want to date a woman who got kids. Well, one, if you don't have no kids, then you probably can find a lot of women with no kids that you can date.
Right.
But when you a man and you got 5 baby mamas and 6 kids between all of them, how dare you say that you don't want to date a woman with kids? Because
Right.
a woman with no kids probably not going to want to date you, and you have 6 kids.
Right.
So you just made your window that much smaller. But you have the right to say that, because you might very well find a woman with no kids.
Yep.
She might be happy that you got kids because she can't have none. And I tell my friends that all the time, like you say you don't want a man that smoke. If you don't want a man that smoke, I don't care how fine that dude is. He smoke. Don't date him, because you're going to get irritated with it down the line. Then you're going to want him to stop smoking, and he's going to be like, well, I was smoking when you met me. So why should I stop smoking? You was okay with it before. Exactly. And guess who fault that is? Now you got to smell cigarettes. Because you should have never dated him, because you knew that was something that you didn't like.
So true.
So we have to know our non-negotiables and our deal breakers.
And stick to them.
Yes, when you see those red flags,
pay attention.
Why you still going forward?
Pay attention.
So you say some people could be entrepreneurs. You are an entrepreneur. Tell me about your business.
Okay, so for the past 14 years up until December 22nd of last year, I was employed, and due to certain circumstances, I ended up resigning, and now I'm a content creator, and I have a clothing line, and I'm really just trying to build my brand, Just Monie.
Okay, Just Monie.
Just Monie.
So while we're here on Lead on the Line, Miss Monie, why don't you go ahead and tell them where they can find your content, where they can find your brand, how they can support you. Come on, y'all, let's support a black business.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm on Instagram, and it's Monie NoLovve. That's MonieNoLovve, 2 V's. And pretty much you can click the link in my bio, and it has all of my social medias there.
Okay. Make sure y'all support my girl,
Thank you.
Miss Monie NoLovve. All right, let's get back to this relationship.
Okay.
Now, watching the show, you were dating virtual online.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to say that you're still single, or you're single now?
It's safe to say that I'm single, and I'm single and happy.
Okay, single. You know, for some reason, people always think like being married is the goal, and if you're single, you're not happy or you're miserable. So it's refreshing to hear you say, I am single and I'm happy, because everybody don't always want to be in a relationship.
Right.
Like you just said, you had like a phase in year 2 where you didn't like nobody. And sometimes people, they try to label you as bitter. Well, you know what? I might be. Let me go through it.
Right.
Let me get through that phase.
Right.
And men need to learn how to respect that. If a woman not ready to date you, stop feeling like, oh, you was curving me all that time and now you want to date me. So then when they get you, they want to dog you out because they felt like you strung them along. Maybe that woman was in her healing season.
Exactly.
And you should allow her to heal, because if you don't let her heal and then you date her, then now you're mad because she got attitude because you did something to remind her of the last dude.
That's so true.
Like I just don't understand like why people trip about that.
Well, recently someone made a comment on my post, and they said that I was too old not to be married. So I made a video, and I was like, what exactly does that mean? So because I'm not married, it means like that I want somebody to hurt me or somebody to lie to me. Like, I'm not getting married. It's not. It was at one point, it was a fad. Everybody wanted to get married. Mm-hmm. So like with me, I was like, no, like I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna do none of that. But yes, I'm single and I'm happy, and I'm okay with not having a man. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that, or not being in a relationship. I'm okay.
So you're open to dating?
I am.
All right. Family wise, have you ever been married?
Never been married.
Okay.
People get on me about this ring all the time. They assume,
is that so you can like make people like not step to you?
No, it was a gift from my ex.
Mm-hmm.
We were together almost 6 years. He gave it to me as a gift for my birthday one year, And I'm like, it's a gift. I'm gonna wear it.
What's wrong with wearing your
Yeah.
ring? I mean, I like it.
Thank you.
You know, like why give it back or why not wear it just because somebody your ex gave it to you? It's a
Yeah.
beautiful ring.
Thank
So
you.
forget what they say. Wear your
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah, I wear it. And I don't know why he had it fitted for this finger, but it doesn't have any sentimental
Values.
value. It's just
A gift.
a gift. There we go.
Okay. Children. Do you have children?
Yes, I have two amazing kids. My daughter is actually about to graduate from college in May.
Okay. Congratulations,
Thank
daughter.
you, thank you. My son, he's a teenager. I'm dealing with, teen boy. He's an elite basketball player, like
Okay.
in school and AAU
Okay.
organizations.
That's what's up. So, would you be open to dating a man who had children?
So yes and no,
Okay.
because
Explain.
so yes, if I don't have to deal with I hate to say baby mama drama, but I'm gonna say baby mama drama. Like nobody wants to deal with that.
I mean, in the age group that you are looking to date in, I would hope that they have the baby mama drama under control.
All right.
Have you experienced that, guys, in the age group that you're interested in, have baby mama drama?
I haven't.
Yeah, so like maybe a long time ago, like when we were younger,
Okay.
but at our age, and I'm a little older than you, but in our age group
Right.
or in that dating pool that you want to go swimming in, is usually not baby mama drama.
Okay.
Because their kids are usually grown and older. So what your challenges would be with dating closer to that 30 age range is they're going to have younger kids. Their kids are going to be home in the picture. They're probably going to have to work around their children's schedule.
Right.
Where you have kids that's almost out.
Right. So that's why I say yes and no. Like what my preference is, I would say I would prefer a man with no kids. And surprisingly, I meet a lot of men with no kids. I don't,
Yeah, my man ain't got no kids either. I hit the jackpot.
Right. So surprisingly, yeah, I've met men with no kids. And now am I open to having more kids? No. Like I don't know if that's a deal breaker or not. But I don't.
I think that the man needs to know she is not interested in dating any men who are wanting her to have a child. That boat has sailed.
Yes, it has. Yeah, because I just feel like some men will say no, because it has happened. They'll say no. Then 3-6 months down the line, oh, I want you to have my baby. No,
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, since we, talking about dating and everything. Okay. How do you feel about going 50-50 in a relationship?
Ooh, so I'm gonna speak from experience. My oldest relationship that I'm gonna refer to, I feel like it was 50-50, and that was a point where we were both building, so it was okay. The relationship after that, there was no 50-50. Matter of fact, we didn't even live in the same house. We was together almost 6 years and we didn't live together. So I took care of my bills, he took care of his bills, and it worked out, you know. With the last relationship, same deal, never lived together. I took care of my bills, and now I'm at a point where I would prefer 70-30, maybe 60-40. I don't feel like I should be going 50-50 with a man, if we are living
So would
together.
you prefer that your man make more money than you, or does it matter how much money he makes?
I thought about that question. I think about that question a lot. I wouldn't say I would want him to make more, but in a perfect world, yeah, I would want him to make more.
Because if y'all make the same and you don't want to go 50-50, he gonna be broke.
Right. So in a perfect world, yes, I would want my man to make more money. But I would want him to make enough money to handle whatever he needs to handle, make me happy, and be comfortable.
Does it take a lot to make you happy?
Honestly, it doesn't, and that's the sad part. Like, most men that I've dated, they make it so difficult, and I'm really easygoing, laid back, but for whatever reason, it just don't work out. But no, it doesn't take a lot. It's the small things for me.
Okay. So, like, what are your hobbies? What are the things that you're interested in?
So,
like, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? I don't feel like I have a hobby. I think content creating is a hobby, because it forces me to think and be creative.
I like your videos. Some of them be real
you.
funny.
Thank you. And what people don't know is it takes me forever to, create that. So
Really?
it takes me a while. But my interests are I love to cook.
Mhm.
I love to cook. I love to relax.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's come with age. I just like to be at peace. I love
Mhm.
being pampered, spa days. I love I wish I could be a pedicure. If I could get a pedicure every other day, I would. Like, I just like being pampered, massages.
Okay.
Yeah. I read from time to time,
So
uh,
your love language would probably be physical touch.
baby, my love language is all five. Like,
Okay.
you gotta touch me. You gotta words of affirmation. What's the other one?
Quality time,
All that. I want
acts
all
of
that.
service.
All of
Yeah.
that. Cause I feel like I'm the type of woman. I don't just have one. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I'm doing all of them. So I
Yeah.
would want that reciprocated.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. So if it was, how would your friends describe you?
My friends, my friends would say that they gonna say I'm the life of the party. They gonna say I'm fun to be around. They're gonna say that I'm loving. I'm over a little overprotective at times. Um, and they just gonna say I'm fun. Like, they just love being around me. I'm the life of the party.
Okay. So with all of that being said, I just been sitting up here brainstorming the whole
Okay.
time we've been talking and just thinking back about your game that you were playing with the virtual dating.
Hmm.
Let's just say you just told me that you were interested in dating.
Okay.
You told me the age that you were, interested in.
Hmm.
You told me your deal breakers and all of
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
What if we put together a speed dating event to where you can meet some of Houston's most eligible bachelors and they can compete for a date with you and you can go through all these guys to see which one you're most compatible with. Would you be interested in doing something like that?
I would do that. Especially with, like I said earlier, the goal that I've set to open up my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna find that I'm looking for love, but
Mm-hmm.
like you said, if it fall in my lap,
Right.
then why not?
Well, we have to give you the opportunity. So, like, a lot of times we might attract the opposite of what we want. But it's like you don't go out just looking for love. It's just you stumble upon it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, like, the guys have had a chance. Everybody that's watching the show right now, they had a chance to just get to know you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, perception is everything. And somebody could look at you and be like, you know what? She's probably bougie, she's probably stuck up, or they might look at your Instagram and be like, oh, she this way, because people try to judge.
Oh
But
my
now that
God,
they
yes.
get, like, your Instagram is just you're acting, you're having a good time, like some people post stuff and would never do that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So
true.
now they're getting a chance to get to know who you are,
Yeah.
and they probably sitting on that phone or on that computer like, she's such a beautiful woman and her personality
Yeah.
just shines. I would love to get to know her.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna put together a mixer so that we can get some guys.
Okay.
Do you have a requirement on height, weights, or anything? I mean,
I
because I don't
do.
want to waste nobody's time.
Oh yes. Okay.
So
Yes.
let's go ahead and just tell me like the type, and don't tell me too much because
Okay.
I learned that when you share too much
Okay.
and you tell people, okay, well, I want a man that's got this, 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 and he does this and he does that, or I like this, this. Now they're going to be everything that you just told them that you wanted just so they can get you.
Yep.
And they
I
can
agree.
only keep up their front for so long.
Mhm.
But it's like, no, let them get to know you on their own, not by what you tell them. And
Okay.
then you can see who they are. So now that they got a chance to get to know a little bit about you, you tell me just like for physical attraction
Okay.
and maybe just one personality trait that you would like. That way we can get, and I want you guys to inbox me. I am on Facebook. It's Jameelah Osaze. That's Jameelah Osaze, Osaze. Inbox me if you are interested in going on a date with Miss Monie NoLovve. All right, and we're gonna
No love,
set
yeah.
up we're gonna set up a speed date event for you guys to get a chance to meet her, go out on a date, and maybe y'all can find love.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yes. So as far as physical attraction, like you said, I'm not gonna say too much, but I prefer a man 6 foot or taller.
Let's talk. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
So she a little short woman that
I'm
want a
fun
big old
size.
giant.
Fun size. 5'4", and I'm like 200 pounds, so you gotta be able to pick me up.
Thick like a Snickers.
Okay, so My preference is 6 foot or taller without shoes, because a lot of men, they start telling you how tall they are with
Yeah.
shoes on. Yeah,
Cause I'm 5'8" with my shoes on.
right. So no, 6 foot or taller without shoes on. I prefer dark chocolate, but
Mm.
I'm not gonna be picky. I'm not gonna be picky. As far as characteristic, just somebody who's romantic.
Okay, somebody that's romantic.
Romantic, yeah, because some men, they don't know how to be romantic.
So let me see. Do you do long distance dating?
I have.
Okay, so the long distance dates that you've been on, if you had to compare them to the Houstonian men, what is dating?
I'm sorry.
So we're open to people that are not in Houston
Yes,
as well for this speed dating event.
absolutely.
So if you had to compare, what is the difference? What is something that
Oh my God. I'm gonna be honest. There's no difference.
they all the same?
I, yes, and men don't like to hear that because they always say, "Oh,
Don't
it's
be putting us in the same box.
yeah," but and I stress this a lot. I go by my experience.
Mhm.
I done met men in Houston. I done met men in Atlanta, and I met men from New York, and I get the same results. So
Mhm.
I can't even answer that and say that there is really a difference.
Mhm.
But
So
yeah.
we're open to long. I don't like long distance dating.
Why is
I
that? Can I ask you why?
I just from my own personal experience.
Okay.
You can be faithful to a person, but I just feel like men are too visual. I feel like they flesh is too weak. If I can't see you every week, that's just too much for me. Like
Okay.
I was in a relationship long distance and we saw each other every month. And there's a lot of time for you to do a lot of things when I can't put my eyes on you, you know.
But the only thing about that is it's the same thing with a man. Only because, like I said, I'm speaking from experience. So
Mhm.
I've been in a relationship where my man went to work, came home, and I cooked him dinner. He got his feet kicked up watching football, but he was cheating at work. So it's like, you
Mm.
know.
He must have been at the post office. That's where all the hoes at.
So I'm just saying, like, when you try to compare it to long distance and actually somebody that's in the same city, you just never
So
know.
let me elaborate on that a little bit more.
Okay.
All right, so when you're dating a man that's long distance, it's like I want my physical touch. I
Mhm.
want somebody that I can go out on dates with. I want you to come check my tires and make sure that there's
Mm.
air in it.
Okay.
I want you to make sure that I ate today. But when you live out of town, you can't really do that. So it's like, what if I want to come to your house after I went to happy hour with my friend?
Mm.
What if me and my friends go out every week? So every week I'm gonna want to come lay up with you
I got
after
you.
I done had a few drinks and got tipsy. I can't do that. So now I have to wait a month. Like, mm-mm.
And for me, as long as I didn't went out with my friends and I'm tipsy and I can go home and shower and get in the bed and FaceTime you, like that's fine for me. As long as
Mm-hmm.
I can see you. Now if I'm then did all that and I get home and I FaceTime you and you ain't answer my call, that's when it's gonna become a problem because like you not doing much because you're not here. You can at least answer the phone.
Yeah, that's just not gonna work for me because where I'm at in life, I need to see you,
I
I need to
understand.
touch you, I need
I
to smell
understand.
you.
Yes.
So, not saying I have no trust issues. I just don't want to have that space when it don't have to be there. So I'm good on that.
Well, I have trust issues, so
So yeah, they don't need to be out of town. I just feel like I'm settling. Like I want to see you. I want to go out. I don't want to have to just only talk to you over the phone. Mm-mm.
but I'm open to long distance. With that being said, he can fly me where he at, or he
Hmm.
can come see me.
They would definitely do that.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I was doing it every month,
yeah.
but no, I wanted more than once a month, so I'm
Right.
good on that. So we're
Okay.
gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
The highlights that I really want to take from this interview
Mm,
is I really do love your personality, and
thank
I
you.
really want to find you somebody that's dateable, and hopefully y'all can have like some good long-term experiences for that. So we're gonna invite you back
Okay.
for an update once we get this show on the road, this
Yeah,
speed
yeah.
dating, and see if we can get Miss No Love some love.
Love.
So, oh,
I'm looking
before we
forward to
go,
that. Okay.
I always ask my guests one question.
Mhm.
If you could go back to your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
Ooh. If I can go back to my younger self, I would tell my younger self to. Oh, I tell her a lot. I'm sorry.
Well, what's one thing that you would tell your younger self if you can go back from now to then?
Just take time to love yourself.
Hmm.
You know, even though you pour so much into others, just remember to pour into yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't end up with no love. I like
Right.
that. So our show is sponsored by Who Made That
Oh, okay.
Visuals and Games Fitter Who Made That. So
Okay.
we have a little short set for you.
Thank
Make sure you take a picture in it for
Yay,
us.
thank y'all.
Thank you so much for joining us
Yes,
at
thank you
Led
for
on the
having me.
Line. My pleasure, and I can't wait to get back. All right, thank y'all for watching Led on the Line. We'll catch you next time.
Oh, lay it on the line, talk through our problems. Let's try resolving them. Oh, should we even try? Meet me halfway, and I'll give you time. Oh, lay it on the line, show me your heart, and I'll show you mine. If we want this, if we need this, then let's lay it on the line. Settle down, let's try to talk it out. Let's figure out what all the fuss about. You had your turn, now it's mine. I never heard time and time, yeah. So many thoughts in my head, so many words left unsaid. Baby, I know we're trying.